first one on, Justin Jefferson, in fact. Justin Jefferson is currently selling $66, but it's a base PSA 10 Prism.
Sure.
The card has had a high point, 99.
When?
That was August. It's also had a more recent all-time low in the last 3 months, $46. Buy, sell, hold. What do you think?
I don't know. The team's doing so good. He could tell me he's expensive, and I'd buy that. I mean, he's great. He's the best receiver in football every year.
Yeah.
And he looks like he actually has a quarterback this year. So I don't know if you should be buying or selling his cards. I know he is the greatest player in football, and they're one of, 2 or 3 undefeated teams left? There's hardly anybody left at this point. The Chiefs. So, I mean, if you're telling me that he's on a hot team and you're excited about him because they're 4-0 and it looks like Darnold might have finally found how to play football on the professional, on a professional level, great. If you're telling me, though, hey, this is a flash in the pan, hot start, which we see every year from somebody, and they're the team that's going to go 4-4 the next 8 weeks, I'd buy that too. So I'm either way. But he is a great player.
Okay.
Hard to go wrong with Justin Jefferson, no matter what you want to do with him.
How about Saquon Barkley?
See, I don't like the Eagles. The Eagles to me are a very underachieving team. They lose games they should win. They have an unbelievable roster, but they never really put it together.
Yeah.
He's also a running back who's got to be pushing 30, right? He might not be 30.
2018 rookie year. So
He's probably 28. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. He's had health issues in the past, and like I said, I don't know that I trust the Eagles to do a ton.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Saquon.
So he is, over the last 3 months, he's up 6% in pricing, $53 for a Prism PSA 10. He's had a higher point in the last 3, about $63, but he has a couple sales lower at 34. So it seems like he is definitely closer to the high side at this moment. How about CeeDee Lamb?
That's another team that stinks. They can't beat anybody good. The Cowboys are frauds. Every year they're frauds. I don't know. CD is excellent, but we're going to see the collapse at some point from them. So, again, cautious. I don't know. But they're also underperforming right now, the 2-2. If you tell me, he's like Jefferson either way. You say, hey, I think there's more upside here, grab him. If you don't, which I tend to lean toward not because I've never seen the Cowboys be successful until they were beating the crap out of my Bills teams in the early 90s, freaking Jim Kelly. There's a guy we don't talk. Is he on your list?
Aren't you a big fan of Jim Kelly?
Second favorite quarterback of all time. 4 straight Super Bowls. Now, they didn't have a chance against the Hogs. Washington just blew them out. I'm okay with that. Doug Williams, that offensive line, that defense, fine. The Giants, you missed that kick? Come on.
That's what I was going to say. The kick.
The field goal should have gone. If Jim Kelly wins one of those, he's in the top 10 for quarterbacks all time. Revolutionize a no-huddle offense, calling his own plays from the shotgun, 2-minute drill, that's JK right there, buddy. Not just kidding. That's Jim Kelly. First Super Bowl against the Cowboys, they had no shot. They got blown out again. That second one, though, again, I would argue, after the first half, had a chance to win, didn't perform in the second half. If he gets one win, though, he's right in the discussion. Jim Kelly, top 10 quarterback all time. CeeDee
Lamb.
Whatever you want with him. I could see an argument for both. Hold him because you think they're finally going to do something. Sell him because you're just done with that team and their trash bags.
CeeDee Lamb's down about 12% over the last 3 months. It's really interesting to see the difference between QB pricing and both wide receiver and running back pricing. It seems like there is a lot more volatility in these guys, the running back and wide receiver positions, based on all the position players I looked at. CeeDee Lamb is no exception. He is at $35 right now for a PSA 10 Prism.
Is he 2020?
He is 2020, yeah.
Pretty good draft class.
So $66 just a few days before that is what it sold for. And the sale before that, $26. Sale
Who would
before
you
that,
say?
$50.
Who would you say is the biggest 2020? Who would you take in that
Burrow.
class?
I would say, honestly, CeeDee Lamb is only a buy at that price of $35. Given that he has had over the last not even 3 months, like last month and a half, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sales. 7 out of like 10 sales have been higher than that. I would think he's probably at a low because it just bounces back and forth. So
Yeah, so if you believe in him, buy him. I don't. The Cowboys let me down not let me down. I root for them to fail every year. So
sure. Chris Godwin?
No. Not even the best receiver on his team. What's the point?
Okay. He is actually up about 23% over the last 3 months. He's selling at his last sale was $40, but
What
again,
year is Chris Godwin? 2018?
17.
17, okay.
So there is technically a little bit of a premium on him because
Are you talking about the Prism Silver?
so because of it is the rookie is a silver in Prism. There just seems to be. I find that funny because there was no base, but people just automatically will pay a little bit of a premium there. So that being said, it's going for 21. It went for 21.50 like a month ago, a month from today. Alvin Kamara,
Sure. 2017 rookie.
2017. It is his last sale was $51.
Okay.
Now he has had some real jumps, including one as high as $90. But he's up 27% over the last 3 months. The average pricing is actually pretty close to what he's selling at right now, $51 in the last month. But if you take in the last 3 months, he was selling consistently for $30 to $35. So I don't know. $51 definitely seems high. Maybe we can just talk about QB for a second.
Please.
I cannot believe Patrick Mahomes is still selling like as high as he is, and there has not been like a dip or anything like that. I get it because they have not lost; they've continued to win, but he has not looked all that great to me watching the games. Like there's been a number of interceptions that he's thrown. There have been a number of just like kind of not great plays out of him. I would have thought there'd be more people on the bandwagon of, you know, like, oh, I'm jumping ship or whatever, like you always hear each season with Mahomes, like he's priced too high.
For the last few years, who else is there? He's the only guy I think is impervious to the regular season. Everybody else has to do something and have postseason success. Mahomes, though, is just, he's solidified at this point. Doesn't he have 3 Super Bowls now? They beat the Niners, they beat the Eagles, and didn't they beat the Niners again last year? I think he has 3 Super Bowls now and 2 MVPs. At least 2 MVPs. If you're not going, I don't know who else is. If you don't think Mahomes is a safe buy, then there's nobody in the NFL you're buying. Like you can't touch Josh Allen, never been to a championship game, let alone a Super Bowl. Burrow's never won a Super Bowl. I mean, none of the other greats in the league right now have even been to one. Lamar's never been.
Here's the thing. I'm not arguing with you that he is a great. I do think that my surprise is that there aren't people out in the hobby saying these things like they have in the past. Now, granted, he does have the additional Super Bowl win that he did not have last year, but he already had 2 before that, and now he's got 3. I would argue still would have made that same case.
I would argue last year was more just a symptom of the market. Because a year ago this time, we were still where's the bottom? We're not there now. We've clearly things since January have been at least level and coming up a little bit. Yeah, if you can't buy him, of all active, matter of fact, of any active player in any sport right now, LeBron James, fine. Steph, sure. That's it. Of the 3 major sports that I actually follow to a degree, there's nobody else as solidified in their legacy as Mahomes.